Okay, so once your clock is finished in Fusion 360, you now need to export these shapes to Adobe Illustrator to lay them out for the laser and to put any final vectors graphics on it that you want to put on. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this tutorial. So what you need to do, the first thing I would recommend doing is turning off sketches. Okay, so sketches are hidden. It looks like in here I've got some extra sketches in my hiding in some of my components here. So I'm just going to make sure they're all turned off, and I'm going to turn off all these origins too in my components. So that way I've just got the bodies that I made. So I'm going to start with the outside shape here. So you'll see when I hover over it, it highlights itself, and when I right click, I will get the option to create sketch. So I go create sketch and I go finish sketch, and the sketch I just made will be the last sketch in the list here. So I can right click on it and I can rename it, and I'm going to call this export 1. So I know I'm going to export it. Now, if you've got a lot of sketches here, I'm going to show you a little trick. What you can do is go up to the top of the sketches tree, document tree, and go new sketch group. And then we can just call this something like old sketches. And then if I click on the top sketch here and I hit shift key and I click on the bottom, I can just drag all these up and into there. And so they're all still there in that folder, but now it's easier to navigate around this. So I've now done that one. So now I want my next one, which is going to be this one. So I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to go create sketch, and then I'm going to right click, rename this, and I'm going to call this export 2. Okay, so you need to do that for every shape that you want to export, including the hanger shapes. So maybe we'll do one of those just to. Now the thing about the hanger is, for these ones here, you just have to export the shape to Adobe once, and then you can make a copy. But for the one with the keyhole, you're going to want to create a sketch for that. Now you can see here, I can't create sketch. Oh, it's because I'm in a sketch. So I'm going to get out of the sketch there, right click, and I'm going to go. So what's happening is there's a sketch somewhere here that Fusion is, there we go, create sketch. Sometimes you have to just kind of move it around a bit till you get that option. Can I go finish sketch? And here are my sketches. It's going to be this one. Rename that one. Let's call that export 3 or hanger 1 or something like that. Okay, so the next step is to export these. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go export DXF, and I'm going to go OK. It'll grab the name of the file from your document tree. So as long as you've done a good job with that, you won't have to rename it. And we're going to go export DXF. Okay. And we'll do the last one. Export DXF. Okay. So the next step is to open up Adobe Illustrator, and you're going to want to make a new file, and you're going to want it to be A2 size. So A2 size is the size of the laser cutter. And so I think I should have A2 size in here. Let's go to print and see if there's A2 in here. Let's quickly pause here. Okay, so I had to go do a little bit of Googling. I just Googled A2 paper size. It is 594 millimeters wide and 420 millimeters high. Recommend you do that because that'll give you a good sense of whether your shapes will all fit on the laser. And you also want to make sure you change your color mode to RGB, and we'll create a new shape. So now I'm going to open up each of my DXF files. And If you go to, so I'm going to go to my download, save to my desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to select all three, hold down. So I'm going to click the top one, hold down Shift, click the last one. I'm going to go open, so it'll open all of them. Now this is really important. You make sure you import them original size, 1:1 scale. And we'll click OK. Okay, so now I've got my different sketches. Okay, so now this one is interesting because this has got all of these inside shapes in here, that I should be able to use this to help me send Conjure all the information I need, but I'll do that in the next tutorial.